everybody. This is Mr. Butch, and welcome to the Mad Scientist Club. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make butter. You only need one ingredient: heavy whipping cream. But then you have to realize, how do I turn heavy whipping cream into butter? Well, in the old days, when you milked the cows, the cream would rise to the top, and they would scoop it out and put it in their churn, and they would sit there with a paddle and go up and down and up and down until their arm was very, very tired. Just like ours might get today while we're trying to make some butter too. I've got two different ways that we're going to make butter. First off, so that you can make it at home, you need to get a small jar. And in this small jar, we're going to put some of the whipping cream. And then we're going to shake it until it turns to butter. I'm not going to be on camera the whole time I'm shaking because you're not going to want to sit there and look at me doing this. So I will start myself. We will look at the clock, see what time I start, and when I come back, we'll see how long it took me to make the butter using the jar. And then we will go from there. So let's open our jar. Any small type jar will work. Some people use baby food jars, so it really does not matter. So I'm putting my heavy cream. I'm going to put it about half full. Put our top back on. Let's look at our time. I'm going to start when it gets to 13 after 10. And then I'm going to start shaking. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here I go. See you in a little while. Well, hello. I'm back. Let's look at our clock. We started at 13 minutes after. It is now 24 minutes. So we're talking about 10 minutes that I've been shaking this. Let's see. It's almost there. It became thick like whipped cream. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I'm going to come around and point the camera so that you can see it. This is what mine looks like after about 10 or 11 minutes. We have a little bit further to go, and we'll have butter. All right, let's start up again. Our clock says that it is 25 minutes after 10. So here we go. Shaking again. Well, it was about 3 minutes. Actually, it started right after I started and stopped again. So it took about, let's say, 14 minutes. And now what you do is you take a strainer, and we're going to pour what's in here into the strainer, and that's going to separate our butter from our buttermilk. This is not the type of buttermilk we buy in the store. Some people like it, some people don't. So here we go. And watch this. There's our butter. There is our butter. Just as pretty as it can be. I'm going to show you now another way of making butter before we get into some more things about the butter. This is a churn that you put your heavy cream in. You turn this handle, spins on the inside, and makes butter that way. So, let's put some cream in here. I'd like to cover the beaters at least halfway. That's going to work fine, I think. So now I'm going to start again. It is almost, let's go ahead and say that it is 10:30. So I'm going to start churning, and it's 10:30. I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, I'm back. I had to use my right hand for a while, and my left hand for a while, and my right hand. And then all of a sudden, it has gotten very difficult to turn, and it's yellow in color. So I'm pretty sure we've gotten to the butter stage. I'm going to take this butter and put it on my plate so that I can take this out and see what we've got. Get the butter off of the paddles here. Oops, almost missed there. All right. Now let's set this over our, oops, I missed a piece, didn't I? Took a little bit longer than I thought it would. If you look at the time, that's almost an hour. Here we go. Look at here. Wow, that's quite a bit. That's not all of it either. Boy. Whew. I don't know how those pioneers did it, because it would have been difficult. That's good. Difficult. If I had to do this every day. So, pressing the buttermilk out. Now I'm going to put it on the plate with the rest of this butter. And now we're supposed to rinse it in cool water. So I'm going to go empty this. Actually, I think I'll just pour the buttermilk back into here. Go rinse this out and then get us some cool water and come back in, because this really won't taste like butter like we're used to unless you're used to using the kind that you cook with or bake with, which is unsalted butter. This is definitely unsalted at this point, and then I'm going to show you how you add the salt to it. We're going to rinse it, Then we're going to add the salt to it, and we're going to use our butter paddles to mix the salt in with it. We don't have enough, but this is an old-fashioned butter press that you would put the butter in, and once you had filled it up, you would turn it over and press this part down, and you would have a square piece of butter. So, I'll be back in a minute. All right, I've got us some water so that we can rinse off our butter. I'm going to take it in my hand. Oh boy, doesn't it? It's soft like room, well, it is room temperature. So, I almost licked my fingers, did you see me? Wouldn't put it past me. So let's rinse it off. Get all that extra buttermilk off. There we go. See? As you can see, there was more on there. And now we're going to put it in this bowl, like so. And we're going to take our salt, and this is more to taste. So I'm going to sprinkle some salt and mix it together, and sprinkle some more if it needs it. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our butter paddles, and now we're going to mix that butter together. Like so. Trying to make sure it gets all of that salt in it. I'm sure you could probably use a spoon just as well, but this is the way that they used to do it. These were called butter paddles, and they were used to do the mixing once you were finished with the churning and the rinsing. Now let me see how it tastes. Oh, that tastes good. Other folks probably want it to have a little more salt. I'm not a big salt person, I guess. I always figure someone else can add their own salt to something if they want more salt. So. Now, I'll put it onto my plate, and you can shape this any way you want to. If you want it to be more like a stick of butter, you can make it into a stick of butter, and then after you refrigerate it, it will get much, much stiffer. So there is our butter. What do I have here? Well, let's give it a taste on a roll and see what our butter tastes like. We did good. I think I need a little bit more for this last bite. All right, I'll see you in a couple of weeks with another of the Mad Scientist Club. Thank you so much for watching.